most readers have their favorite genre that they go to, or several genres that they go to. They have their favorite tropes that they read on occasion or every time, or when they're in a mood. There's certain mood they reach for a certain genre or a certain trope. Or they have that trope that they absolutely won't read, or there's certain genre they can't read. Um, and that's what we'll be discussing today. What tropes are your favorites? Which tropes do you absolutely despise or don't like? And I hope you enjoy this episode. We have wonderful guests, and we had an absolute ball recording. So enjoy. I have to readjust us real quick. And then
You may hit my buttons again just to really give you something to. Just kidding.
yeah. Twirl around again.
twirl around.
Let me touch the buttons. What do they do? I've already pushed enough buttons by telling people what my bottom 3 are. It's fine. I don't need to push any more buttons on this.
Well, I didn't hear what your bottom 3 are.
Oh, yeah. Let me start with my top 3. My top 3 were enemies to lovers, forced proximity, and either fake dating or marriage convenience. I feel like they're sort of real similar. But my bottom 3 are virgins. Come on. And then daddy baby girl and good girl. Good girl, you know what? Good girl isn't as cringy to me, but I don't know. I fight the patriarchy so much in some of my books. Like, to have a man say good girl to one of my badass characters, I feel is so patronizing, and I'm like, no, no. But again, that's the character, maybe a little bit of me. But I'm with you. But TD was just about to tell us about, she didn't like bullies, and I probably should have put that on my list too, like the bully academy kind of thing.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
actually
can't.
one of my bottoms. Yeah.
My daughter was bullied so much in school, and it just, I think most of us had a taste of it at some time of our lives,
Yeah.
And I just can't. I can't do it. Like I said, you can read whatever you want to read. Dawn doesn't have to read about my daddies. That's fine. But
I mean, I might read your daddies.
No, but
it's different.
What you want, so but I cannot read bully.
Like, I think it's different shifters, and then there's contemporary romance, and I don't know. Maybe I have daddy issues. Maybe that's the problem. And nope, I'm good.
Well,
more for you. Sorry.
You're fine. Everybody can read what they want to read, but yeah, I just can't. I can't do the bully thing. It's just not sexy to me.
No, I get that. I can understand that.
So does that mean you don't like enemies to lovers too, or do you think that there's a line?
I think that's different though, between enemies to lovers and bullies. I think those are two different. Those can be two different things.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't read a whole lot of them. But yeah, I don't mind that trope.
Because I think
because usually they're both giving. They're both giving, right? Because they're enemies. Right. They're both giving.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm all about consent. As long as it's consensual,
all the consent.
Do your thing.
All 17 of them.
Because, like, in the book I wrote for Kyla, they were enemies to lovers, but it was very much a two-way street.
Yeah.
And there's like enemies to lovers. I've heard this fight. I've gotten into this fight with some authors before, and it's like, listen, I'm not trying to convince you to read it or not, but there's enemies to lovers that's more annoyed to lovers. I get that. and then there's enemies like
She tries to stab.
I will
him
flat
multiple
murder your
times, so
face if I
it's
see you on
definitely.
stream.
Right.
It's definitely,
Yeah.
it's definitely enemies to lovers. She tries to take them out.
She should. As she should. What's your third one, TD?
Where was I at? I said miscommunication.
You said bullies and
Bullies.
miscommunication.
Miscommunication.
The love triangle. I mean,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
I'm
to me.
cheater vibe.
With me.
She's
being
like, what do
all
we need a
fixed
triangle
mates and,
for?
like,
They could just all be
yeah,
together.
Come on in.
Like, just come on.
All together.
Come on. We'll have some fun. It'll all be consensual.
More the merrier. Come on, no
Right?
fighting over it. Like, let you go around.
Right.
There's plenty of holes. There's plenty of holes.
I'm not a fighter. Not a fighter.
Well, now that we have Kyla here with us, let's introduce her. So, as you can see, this is not, they already heard my spiel, so I'm going to give it to you real quick. This is not a very, professional setup. Pretty laid back. They came in to my son trying to get my headphones to work, and so I'm just gonna introduce you, and we're gonna go about our day. I didn't even give Dawn. I didn't even tell everybody Dawn's name.
Most people can't pronounce it. It's fine.
Didn't even tell anybody her name. So that's how things roll around here. Kyla, Miss Beautiful Kyla, who joined us, is the author of the Bunker Boys MC, which she coins as Heat with Heart. And I can confirm is accurate because I've read them. She's a biker babe. She's a fierce mama. And she hits us with words of wisdom on the daily on her TikTok. If you haven't watched them, you should, because it's like every day some therapy. And she has a new project out with the Royal Bastards MC, Forged in Shadows. I believe that's what it's called, right?
Yes.
Which I saw that cover, girl. I even saw some Howler Green on that cover. I was like, ooh, I like that Howler Green. Yeah. So it's pretty.
Yeah, Crimson Sin did the covers. Crimson Sin does all the covers for the Royal Bastards. All props to her. Sin Inc.
Pretty.
LLC. She's really good.
Yeah, that's a nice cover. I mean, all your covers are nice, but that I was like, ooh, it's spicy.
It's good.
I don't have your new cover. I have your first book, but I don't have the new cover. I have the vintage cover.
Oh.
Hey.
Yep.
I actually really wish I could have gotten art done for the entire Bunker Boys that match that vibe, because I adore that first edition
I love this cover. I love it.
It's so pretty.
I love the vintage cover. So
yeah,
I do need to get the new covers too, but I like the vintage cover. I think it's perfect for the book.
It really is.
Yeah.
She's a dancer. He's a firefighter, and it just was like that was the perfect image for it. So yeah.
But yeah, so the Bunker Boys, they're firefighters and got their own little MC setup.
Yes.
But,
well, all first responders, because Lily, the new book coming out in May, she's not a firefighter.
No.
She's a cop.
Right.
So that's fun.
And but she's not. Listen, she can ride. So don't think.
Oh yeah, she's patched. Yeah.
I'm talking about you.
Oh me, yeah. I have my motorcycle. Yeah, me too.
Don't think she's just riding bitch. She's not. She can ride.
She's nobody's bitch.
I am nobody's bitch. I just got a 1970 rigid iron head.
Ooh.
Blue and white.
Is that a boyfriend or a bike? Because I like
both.
I
I
wish.
was
Yeah,
the
both. No, okay.
1970s rigid.
It's just a motorcycle. It's a Harley Davidson.
Oh, also a fan. Yeah.
It's both.
She's
To
pretty.
bikers, it's both.
She's a good ride. She's a
good
this
ride.
kind of ride. She's
She's
rigid.
a good ride.
She's a good ride.
She vibrates.
I'm gonna actually put that on my dating profile. 1970. Rigid. I have so many new thoughts for things.
Why did I know?
Why
did I know there were going to be a lot of clips I could take from this?
Oh my God.
Anyway, anyway, so we're happy that you could make it.
Thank you for having me.
I know you were busy today. Did you happen to be able to make your list?
Yes, I did.
Awesome. So what are your 3?
Okay, so for me, my favorites, my loves are found family, of course, always.
Bikers.
My favorite, bikers, first responders, military, always going to come around to that found family vibe.
Mhm.
That's my top, absolute top. My next one, by accident, I found out I love morally gray female characters.
Yes.
I love them.
Yes.
So much. Writing them, reading them, I'm like, get it, girl. I love it.
When I started writing my female MC series and I somehow made them more vicious than the males, I was like, this is my jam.
Yeah.
There's no good girls in those. I'm just saying.
No. And then my other is the titillating one is age gap. I love it. It doesn't matter to me whether it's an older woman or an older male. It doesn't. Age gap is just sexier than all get out to me. So I love those. Those are my 3 top.
Okay. And what are your bottom 3?
Well, bullying, anything manipulative, like that kind of character, that's nails on a chalkboard for me. That's a no. Hidden children.
Yeah. Like you had a baby with him, and then he didn't know. Okay.
You didn't tell him. Undisclosed children. Just that really bugs me. I can't stand that. I'm like, you're in it together. Now, I say that, but I'm writing one. Except, to be fair, she thought he was either dead or in prison. So she didn't deliberately hide it.
Okay, listen, there's what we write and there's what we read.
But even then, I had to come around to that. I had like she would have not wanted to, tell him, but loved him. So she would have told him, but then she couldn't find him because he disappeared. He was an undercover cop. He wasn't a scumbag. It's all good. It's all good. Anyway,
Kyla, listen, I had a in Saber's Edge. There's a child. Spoiler alert, there's a child. And the very end, I got up to the very end and it was going to be a hidden child. And my friend Susan read it and she was like, wow, do you want people to hate her? And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I was with her until you did this hidden child thing. And I was like, damn it. So I had to fix it. It's not a hidden child. But you run the risk of really having a character be hated by a bunch of, especially at the very end. Yeah, I was high. Must have been smoking crack that day because I fixed it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's why I kind of.
I fixed it. But that's why you have your alpha reader who looks at you and goes, why?
Yeah. Yeah, I agreed. And then my third ick is damsels in distress. I don't write bitches that can't take care of shit on their own. Ever.
Usually mine are trying to take care of it on their own and they're just making They're either taking care of it on their own, or they're making things worse for the guys who are really trying to take care of it because they think they can just take care of it, and they refuse to just sit there and wait.
Yeah, I think when they're in a partnership like that and it's like a comedy of errors on the person's part, that's fine. It's the ones that are the little wilting flowers
mine
that
never just
won't.
sit there and wait ever.
No, but that kind of damsel in distress is fine. The one that's like, hey, okay, that did nothing. That really did nothing, and now I'm in a lot of trouble. That's different than
usually the guy's like, can you just wait? And they're like, and as soon as he walks away, they're like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Usually it's other women egging them on. Yes, absolutely. But yeah,
well,
those are my
bottom
three.
three. Don't hate me. I can't stand age gap. I will write it. I don't like reading it. And I just don't.
Is it specific? Is it specific to you don't like older men and younger women, or you
No.
just don't like it at all?
I just don't like it.
I don't like older men and younger women either. But that goes back to the virgin thing too. Like it's usually some 50-year-old man picking a virgin off the street.
I mean,
and I'll teach you some things.
Right.
I'm like,
here's the thing. I in real life, if I see a relationship like that, no hate, no judgment, like I don't care. I just don't. And I will read the books. It's just not something I'm like, ooh, age gap. I just don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just
Kat was 13 years older than Boyo.
Yeah. I will read them. I don't, especially like if you guys write them, I read them, period. But I don't go, ooh, I want to read an age gap. Usually I'm like, it's age gap. You know what I mean?
Why?
It is different in like paranormal because mine are all age gap.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 500.
The exception to that.
It's about time. He's just about right. He's
the
just
exception to that, I don't
almost mature. Yeah.
I don't consider vampires and that sort of thing age gap.
Yeah, no, that's when you get into that paranormal territory. I mean, they're obviously. Could you imagine a 20-year-old vampire lover?
Yeah, creatures that don't live a normal lifespan. I don't.
He'd tell you about crypto. I don't think so. He'd wear a puka shell necklace.
Try to get you into Bitcoin.
He would try to get you in Bitcoin, and he may be a part of Doge. I'm not really sure, but he just spitballing here. I'll write that down, by the way.
Totally think so, yeah.
Great idea, yeah.
Creatures that don't live a normal lifespan, I don't think of.
Yeah, age is irrelevant.
In that way.
Yeah. But that's the contemporary thing. I think there's a lot of things that you kind of, if you like paranormal romance or paranormal women's fiction, there's a lot of things that you read that for, and you allow that, you would read that in that genre, but in real life, in contemporary, is like, ooh, no.
Yeah. My characters live a normal lifespan. So
yeah, but it's still it's still paranormal.
But I would think an age gap was ick in my books. Because they live a normal lifespan.
Good thing you're driving. You get to make those decisions, right?
Exactly. So you probably, unless they called for it. If my characters called for it, I would write it. But the entire time I'd be like imagining them not in an age gap. So age gap is one for me. We already talked about the daddy. I will read it if you guys write it. But again, I would be going, I will imagine them calling them something other than daddy. Pretty much anything other than daddy. It's just not my thing. And then the last one, I've been racking my brain trying to figure out a third one because there's a wide variety because I'm picky. What the third one could be. And I really have a hard time because there's a lot of things where I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. But after our discussion, it probably is something like bully.
Yeah.
Because I'm the first one to be like,
Yeah.
who do you think you're talking to? You know what I mean? Like, so probably, yeah. Yeah.
I read a book. I can't even even if I could remember the title of it, I wouldn't tell you what it is because I would trash somebody's book. But I did read this duet, and it was mafia. So there was a little bit of it was quasi bully in it was more of an enemies to lovers. Like it was one of those like he takes her captive to pay off the debt of the dad, but he can't. He's not a bad guy. He's mafia, but he's not a bad guy. So like he keeps her captive in this house. And that first one was pretty good. And then the second one was like a family member of the gal who got kidnapped. And I got 50% into this is when I started DNFing like it was my job. I got 50% into this book and I realized I don't like any of these characters. Like, I'm so mad at this woman for putting up with the shit that he is dishing out. I cannot even. And I was just like, nope, return. And that's when I actually had to start keeping a list of the things that I DNF'd because I would read the blurb and go, oh, that sounds really good. And then I'd open it up and Kindle would be like, would you like to start where you left off at 50%? And I'm like, oh, damn it, no. Shit,
You forgot you DNF'd the book? That's great.
I forgot I DNF'd it. I was like, I can't even remember titles that I liked. Like, the stuff that I DNF'd. So, yeah, I was like, I don't even like any of these characters. What is happening here? There was no redeeming qualities in either one of them. So I'm like, I'm out. Deuces.
I think you can get past a lot of things you usually wouldn't like most of the time if you really care about the characters.
Yeah.
And it's engaging and you're rooting for them and, all those things. I think, some of these things we're talking about, you get past, except the bully thing. But
yeah,
all the others,
And there are also, I think, too, like anything that reminds me, I'll speak for myself, anything that reminds me of something that I've personally been through or a character named Mike, like I'm out. I'm done. Like I'm done. I dated 13 Mikes. I don't need to read. Yeah. I need to read about Mike's getting it on like Donkey Kong. Like I'm out. And that's fine. Like there's a book for everybody. But yeah, bullying, like full on bullying, that's listed as a bully romance.
Yeah.
And I've even read a couple that were really widely loved and TikTok loves them and everywhere. And great story. Not going to read book 2. I'm also like, it was difficult to get through 1. I feel like I need like therapy. Like it's too much. It's too much.
It's just almost anxiety when you're reading it. And it's like this hitting you, like it shouldn't. Like no, stop! Don't do that. Like,
reading
did you learn nothing?
Be pleasurable. Right. So if it's not giving you pleasure, then it's okay. Put that down and walk away.
I'll tell you another one that really chapped my ass, and I'm TD. You're gonna love this. It was a reverse harem series, a White Shoes series that they did not. I got the entire way through the book 1, and there wasn't a single smexy time in the entire book.
What?
This is my face when I got to 90%, and
I think I just had a stroke.
Right? You're right, Kyla.
Where is the smexy time?
Happen?
Where is at least with 1? You should, if this is a series and there's 4 people in this relationship and there's a 4-book series, by the end of one, 2 people need to have sex by now. Like,
Yes.
what the hell?
All of them.
I was pissed. Like, what the fuck?
All of them.
Can you even call it that at that point? Like,
I don't know. I did a video about it. I did not.
Cuddling?
Again, I didn't.
Do they cuddle the whole time?
They barely kissed. I was like, is this a clean romance? Like a sweet romance reverse harem? What the fuck? I was pissed. I wanted my money back.
Everybody loves me.
my brain can't even comprehend this. I'm so
Yeah. What I mean, where's the fun in that? I mean, come on now. If you're not getting service, they better be roofing, cleaning, doing the gutters. I'm telling you that.
I was like,
if that's not what's in the book, that just you lost me. I'm sorry.
What are you bringing to the table? You're not adding to her life. You're just making 4 times the mess. Get out of my house.
Exactly. She's got 4 times the kids to raise now.
I'm like, what? Yeah, it was so bad. I know, right? It makes your head explode when you think about it. And I did a video. Like, I again didn't name the book. I actually do know the title of the book. I'm not going to name it. And I did this video, and I was like, okay, is it just me or what? And the comments, holy smokes, people were pissed. They were like, tell me the name of this book. I'm going to be. And I was like, actually, we're friends on TikTok. I can't tell you the name of the book. And it's somebody I don't think the author is still on TikTok anymore, but I was like, I think we're still friends on TikTok. I'm gonna just not say a word.
She's like, I'm gonna give it 10 days to check again to see if we're still friends.
The first,
I know.
The first
girl, I know.
We don't have any daddy mention, like none of that. So,
she said, so you can read the first 3 and you won't be disgusted.
There's plenty of spicy stuff. He does say baby girl a few times.
Yes, I'm aware.
I may let it again.
I know.
I may allow it in the shift. Like again, shifter and paranormal is a little different than contemporary.
Yeah.
It's when
well,
you
yeah, because
imagine
sometimes
yourself.
I mentally change the name in my head.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too.
Yeah,
that's okay. I've been reading a book where there's a baby girl in there, and I'm like,
I wouldn't mind
she's
it.
30. Calm down.
If I didn't call literally, my daughter in my phone is baby girl. I've been calling her that her whole life. So
listen. I've been listening to my audiobook for the first one.
That's an experience, isn't it?
It is an experience. It's one thing writing all those sexy times, and then listening to real people read it is another. But the way Jax Scott says baby girl, I'm like melt. So,
I get that.
This is why I don't read my own audiobooks, because I
the first time
You're right.
PJ said gorgeous
I don't need that out there.
on the recording, I was like,
did PJ do yours?
yes.
Yeah, right. Are you able to look him in the eye now? Like, you just have to like.
Do you know how many times I had to remind myself that he is taken and I very much like his woman? I'm like, you are a professional.
I will tell you this. There's some stuff that there's a reason like I love the ebooks, because I've listened to some audiobooks and I'm just like, I get that this is sexy, but I can't right now. Like, I can't have you tell it to me. I need to. It's too much. It's too much.
You get a little overstimulated.
It's too much, and I certainly can't listen to it in the car because I got thin windows and I live in there's a bunch of kids like.
Did you see that video?
Oh, get it on! Like, you're just like, no, I don't need that kind of advertisement as I'm driving down the street. I don't need to think people thinking. I mean, they already know I write smut, but
there was. So I got to share this real quick before my old brain goes mushy and I forget. There was a video of a woman who's out on her lunch break every day and sits in her car and listens to audiobooks. And so one day she was like, I wonder if anybody can hear. She gets out, closes the door, and goes.
Yep.
She gets back and she's like, oh my God, everyone can hear.
Yeah. Or how about when you take your car in and your phone is Bluetoothed into the car? and they take it up to bring it back to the thing, and suddenly
They
it's
ask you
all
what
30
book you're
figures.
reading?
That guy
Yeah.
can't look you the same way ever again. He's gonna avert his eyes every time he looks at you, and it's like, well,
Yes.
listen, Mama's got needs. I can't explain it to you.
And listen, it's totally understandable because a good mechanic is hard to find.
I'm like, I need a mechanic more than I
Why do
need
you think
spicy
I married?
romance in my books.
Why do you think I've married two of them?
At the same time? Just kidding.
No. One right after
What kind
another.
of shifter T.D. Edwards romance are you living right now?
They were best friends in high school, though.
Oh,
As it should be. I feel
Married
that
one,
is a shifter. I feel that is a shifter
divorced
romance.
him,
Come on.
married the other one.
I mean,
13 years with one, 10 and a half with the other. Listen, pretty much my entire adult life.
oof.
Never had to pay for a car repair.
bonus.
That's what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
Damn.
You need to put that on your dating profile.
Thank you.
Mechanic
I'm gonna write that
wanted.
down.
Yeah.
Mechanic.
Have you ever
Mechanic
seen?
wanted
Have
blue
you ever
collar worker.
seen?
Let's
Have
just
you,
Yeah.
have you ever
Yeah.
seen a mechanic do this?
Expand the.
Oh, yeah, they're good
I'm
with their
just
hands.
the
I get it.
calluses.
Yep.
Mm.
And they
There
will
you go, John.
investigate until they figure out what's wrong and how to fix it too. They've got patience.
That could come in
They're
handy.
really, really, really great under the hood.
Very.
Girl, thank you. Golf clap. Well done.
Must be good under the hood. Not afraid of the undercarriage.
Yes, not afraid of the
Yeah.
undercarriage. Not afraid of some scratches and dings. Older models,
Vintage. Nope.
vintage.
Vintage models.
Not
Older,
afraid of
no.
vintage
Vintage.
models.
You think I'm writing it down. Like I'm putting it down. I'm gonna carriage. Okay, I got it in the old lady handwriting. Nobody will ever be able to decipher it. It's fine.
It's cursive.
They'll think I'm like making my grocery list, and I'm like, yeah, eggs, undercarriage, not afraid of bacon, not afraid of the hood area. Got it. Yep. All good. So fun. All right, put it on.
Is there a genre or a trope that you would like to write that you haven't?
I've thought about friends to lovers because sometimes when that's done really nice, it just it's just nice.
It's
so
sweet.
I've thought
That's
about
sweet.
that. Yeah,
I've written
But
friends to lovers
with-
several times.
with my fated mates in my world, it just doesn't work. I mean, yeah, they can be friends, but they know right away. So, but who knows? I'll dive into contemporary someday or something.
So contemporary and friends to lovers from TD. What about you guys?
Well, I wrote a short story that was very tantalizing to my writer's brain because you get to kind of make up some rules plus get to do a lot of research. And it's the mythological paranormal or mythological fantasy kind of feel to it in a contemporary setting. I really enjoyed that. I find I really enjoy mashing things together and just like, here you go. This is what you're getting. But I loved writing sort of that reincarnated gods feeling and how plopping them into a modern setting makes things pretty fucking interesting, honestly. But you give them like the abilities that aren't congruent with the modern world, and it kind of makes it fun to play on that. So I think I want to write a couple of full-length novels that way, and maybe do a duet or maybe a trilogy or something. But that would be fun. I would enjoy that.
Okay. All right.
How about you, Dawn? What do you want to write?
Well,
Daddy romance.
Daddy romance.
Probably not
Age
up her
gap.
list.
Daddy has a lot of virgins. Good.
Yeah.
Throw some bully in there.
All the things.
Yeah, smash it all together.
But like in a bully academy way.
Right.
I have multiple. Like I outlined a 5-book series that is, depending on how it writes, it's either paranormal women's fiction or PNR. And it is about women who get their witchy powers when they start going through perimenopause.
Yes. Yes.
Because
wow.
this is how it started, okay? Because this is a funny story, and I think you'll laugh at it.